Okay. Thank you, Alan. So I'd like to find my space here, not to. Okay, maybe this is one of the nice spot I have now here. So like I'll feel really honored to invite it to this kind of very, very good event. So I would like to thanks to TEDx Mount Agung for this invitation. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of topics I would like to share within this kind of event. So as this is in Bali, perhaps this is a very good decision for me to select one of the ideas that, and also part of the program also we would like to share with the audience. My speech will be about a network of Bali marine managed areas, which is a kind of a management tool to secure, protecting and managing the Bali marine and coastal assets for the future of Bali economy. So I'd like to use technology, this slide, to help me to guide my speech. So as the first introduction, I would like to use this slide, this picture. Maybe most of us in this room very familiar with this kind of picture. This is the kind of dream that we have for Bali. We have a very good, clean and green island. We have a very clean beaches, as you see in the screens. We have a very well-managed rice field that bring the economy from the agriculture for Bali to keep the culture alive. And we have a very, very good ocean that functioning well to support the marine tourism. So there's a three element that is triggering that a kind of foundation for Bali marine economy. So this is what we want to be happening in the future and forever for Bali. So the background for this presentation is about the reason why we select a network of marine protected area system for Bali. I think from the legal perspective, the Indonesian government already focused since 2004, let's make a 20 million hectares of marine managed areas for Indonesia in order to sustain fishery stock and good marine tourism. So this is the Act number 31, 2004, and how in law number 27, 2007 is providing a guidance and regulation and laws also, how we prepare to get there. And when you come to Bali, the Bali government, the Bali province has prepared themselves to provide a kind of good vision for the future based on the Decree on 16, 2009, to have a very, very good vision, a green and clean within one island management scheme. But those new vision has been developed based on the three Harta Karana concept, which is going to be presented by our colleague Dharma Putra later on. But the principle of three Harta Karana I would like to discuss here is about one element here, which is the Segara Kerti. They have 6 elements there. For example, like the Atma Kerti, the Wana Kerti, Dano Kerti, Segara Kerti, Jana Kerti, and Jagat Kerti. But for our new generation, they would like to understand in a very modern language. So that's why I would like to translate. The Segara Kerti is about marine conservation. It's about how could Bali marine and coastal areas be managed to sustain the environmental services for the economy. So this is the thinking we have in our generation. Talking about the Bali marine protected area system, this is the kind of the picture, the data that we have. This is the kind of information from the science that tell us that If you look at those coral triangle areas of the world, Indonesia contains almost 75% of the coral species of the world. So Bali is within those, the heart of the coral triangle, within the western part. If I put in detail, look at Bali sits here. It contains at a minimum about 400 species of coral species. So this is a number of facts, the data, the photos that we captured from the field as an examples, how we should understand what we have. There's the kind of species that trigger people are coming to Bali to dive, to explore more about island. We have the first one, this is the mala-mala, the sunfish. We have Nusa Penida. We have a very big colony of massive coral. This is producing a lot of flanula and coral larvae in order to trigger recruitment of the corals. We have a very good colony. We have our college here. This is the wall begong. It's very rare, and we have those kind of species. We have the giant leatherback nesting in Canggu that I captured in 1997. So this is just a number of species I put here. But why is this? So from the perspective, from the conservation perspective, we have so many people coming, many people would enjoy, but I would like to speed up in this context. But why? But the problem that we have no management on the ground. If we have cyanide fishing here, blast fishing every single day, nobody enforce any regulation on the ground. So, and even in terms of the spatial plan, for example, we often ignore those, where are the good multiple use, where are the use reefs to be really regulated, and others. So we don't have measure that apply the management on the ground. So is there any solution? So we are trying to have a kind of, my proposal here is Bali should create and establish a well-managed marine conservation area in order to tap those marine resource economies. So when I mention about network, it's not just about building a kind of on paper. This is a long-term process. This is about a process that involves co-creating a vision for Bali. The way people should understand why should we need this kind of MPA network system. So this is the program we are running now, but the key goal for the program is how can we sustain those marine resources in order to provide sustainable environmental service for Bali economy, in order to really align with the Bali vision, which is the green island, a green province. And how? So, as most of us in Indonesia, even we are 75% ocean, it's not guaranteed that most Indonesians understand how the oceans work. What kind of marine resources do they have? What is the characteristic of the marine species, marine resources? What type of management is needed to address that? So the first steps that we have been doing now is building the understanding, the co-creating, the first step in co-creating the future. So we have been doing those, facilitating the process, like what we have seen in the screen now here. That was the process last year that we have been facilitating, that 66 Balinese leaders, government officials, community leaders, private sector sit together to understand. The first question they have to answer, if you really want to sustain the Bali marine economy, what are needed? The country, from the regulation perspective, from management perspective, and marine managed areas is one management tool. If you apply those management tools within the entire Bali, where would it be? So The meeting participant works together to define that, to identify those. So this was the process. I provided the map, I provide the criteria, I provide the future, and then establish the future, I mean. So this was the kind of the sites that I'm selecting. Oh, if you really want to protect this, maintain this is a number of areas we need to protect. It's more as about 40 sites. Bali need more about 40 sites to be well managed to support those sustainable development on coastal and marine areas. So as you see on the map, this is a kind of just social, the understanding, oh, here. But from us, from my perspective, what is there? What kind of animal, what kind of species, what kind of ecological connectivity are there? So this is the next step is needed in order to really translate that what we want and what is real needed for good management in the future. That's why in April, in 2011, we did this in 2010, but in April 2011, we just did a survey all the Bali Island to really figure it out, what is there. So every areas we map out those, and we found very, very interesting species and also ecological characteristics. So we found even a new discoveries. This is a number of species. We found 8 new species for the reef fish. I don't need to explain the detail here for every species because time is very limited. But we don't have name yet. So this is not, but we have 1 species of coral. We have most of litters underwater. But the reef don't need this. Our reef don't need this because they cannot breed. They will be dying and die. So if this reef system as the key element supporting the Bali marine economy, but how will be the effect if this is dying? It's not there anymore. So that's the question. So from a concept perspective, this is a kind of key sites, the others, we really need to manage that. So this is a kind of inputs we would like to follow up in the near future. The reason why is Bali marine coastal and coral species are so great and high is because this is the region. We have a very good oceans, currents, things, and also that help that the reef species live within the islands is very, very well conditioned to live within the high interval of temperature. So that's why some reefs are good, but some other reefs in Lake Nusa Penida, they can recover very well after the global climate change. So our proposal is then, after doing those kind of information and then synthesize this information, we come up with a kind of a proposal now. At least Bali will have this 8 marine protected area system to be well managed in the near future. That's what we minimally need for Bali. So now it's just a kind of we have this identification. Now we need to prepare a kind of the blueprint for Bali. This is we connect those with the Wano Kertih. It means we need to connect within the forest and the Bali marine itself. This is the kind of what we need. This is the translation from the Bali Green from the perspective of environment. So the next steps, the key thing I would like to highlight is Bali will need to align those Bali marine protected area system into the marine spatial plan and then creating a blueprint for the long-term building the management of Bali for the future. So there are 2 things very well needed now. We need a capacity on the ground. So a capacity with a skill sets needed to tap those economy, to tap those to respond that gap, and also because management is going to be a long-run process, we will need a kind of sustainable financing to support those creating management. to be really accountable and responsible, have very high qualified schemes in managing the system. So that's what Bali needed at the moment. So I hope those kind of a vision will be able to be realized for the Bali Island in the near future if we would like to really sustain the Bali marine economy. But one thing I would like to highlight before I stop this presentation is about creating a network of Bali marine protected areas is about preparing Bali to create a very good management to respond the next 50-year problem. Because this system will just not respond to today's issues, but they need to respond for the next 50 years. Because that's how the dynamic system like the ocean and coastal works. It doesn't work within the 5-year planning. They work beyond than that. So that's why this kind of management should prepare for that change. Thank you very much. Matur suksma.